His happiest school days, in fact, came when he was at the Timbertop campus of Geelong Grammar School in Australia. He spent 2 terms there, and his private secretary said he had dropped him off as a boy and he took him home as a man.
We saw pictures of him logging in the wilderness, a big smile on his face, and he'd spoken about this was one of the happiest times of his adolescence and really gave him that grounding in order to move on further in his later life.
In many ways, you can say that the time Prince Charles spent in Australia was when he truly came of age. King Charles has this personal bond with Australia. For him, the fact that he is, for the time being at least, also going to be King of Australia means a lot to him personally.
Charles really came into his own at university, even trying his hand at acting.
This is most exciting, ladies and gentlemen. I've never seen anything quite like it before. I think I got quite a large one here. It's very, very large indeed.
God bless the Prince of Wales, they sang.
At age 20, he was invested as the Prince of Wales at Carnarvon Castle. The ceremony had all the pomp and pageantry the royals are known for.
I think Charles really had the double challenge of being a young man growing up in the media spotlight in a way that previous heirs to the throne hadn't, but also having been brought up in this very traditional, old-fashioned way. Being exposed to a world where the media had ever more access to everything he did, and that's been a really tricky path for him to navigate. It's fair to say that any false move by him, any misstep, has been amplified in a way that his mother really never had to encounter.
Charles was in demand, his every move captured on the dance floor, on the polo field. And there was pressure on him to find a wife, a future queen for the future king.
This was the most eligible bachelor in Britain, the young Prince Charles, the future king. He fell in love with Camilla, and yet she was not considered suitable.
Charles's love affair with Camilla would take more than 30 years to become official.
If you look at Charles and Camilla's relationship, it certainly hasn't been conventional by any stretch of the imagination. Lovers in the 1970s, continuing their relationship despite Charles being married to Princess Diana and Camilla being married to Andrew Parker Bowles. And despite all the scandal, despite all of the headlines and awful things that we'd heard about the two of them and how public opinion had shifted throughout all those times, their love story has lasted the test of time.
Charles had to work on not only convincing the public Camilla was the one, but also the Queen and his own sons, William and Harry.
In 1998, the Queen refused to attend any functions where Camilla was. It's extraordinary.
Charles stood up against his mother and father and refused to give her up again.
His marriage in 2005 to Camilla, grudgingly accepted at the time, but a monumental PR exercise that has rehabilitated Camilla in the public image.
I think that he's entitled to fall in love with someone who he was completely compatible with.
The king and now his queen, they have a great kind of rapport, and you know, there were times when one was out and about with them and they would get a fit of the giggles, and you could see that they were really trying hard to control it. You know, they're a great team.